today we're building this. This is from Gundam Build Divers R. Wait. I'll re-rise. Hold on. Build Divers R, but it says Build Divers Re-Rise. So they rose once and then rose again. So this is like the Wodom pod, which is based off a mobile suit from Turn A Gundam. Wait, does this one transform into this one? I can't remember. But I think, yes, basically, this is story-wise. This is the mobile suit of this AI person thing in the game, I think, from which is in the well, the plot is like kind of similar to Build Fighters, where basically people build their own HG kits and have them scanned. Basically, they make kit bashes and customizations to HG kits and have them scanned into a video game, and then they fight using those scan thing in a game. And it's a multiplayer thing, and somehow there's, I believe I missed a whole series because when this show starts, there's already like a backstory, I'm guessing, from a previous thing. So yeah, this is like the mobile suit of one of these characters, and it is based off a thing from Turn A. For some reason, there's lots of kits, lots of like mobile suits from Turn A. In the Build Divers, Build Fighters series, we had the what's it called? The Kapool. No, wait, that's it. I think there was more. For some reason, yeah, like they're very noticeable because they have a very different design from your usual mobile suit. This thing clearly, it's not a mobile armor. Maybe it is a mobile armor. I don't know. But yeah, so we do have the Kapool, and now we have the Wodom pod. Which is sadly not a mobile suit that was released, not a kit that was made by Bandai at any point. It's one of those missing things. It's not technically a mobile suit, it's more like a mobile armor. Because it doesn't have a face. I guess that's what makes a mobile suit. If it has a face, it is a mobile suit. This one does not have a face. It has a mono eye. That's something. Yeah, so it's supposed to be very tall, at least the Wodom is. And yeah, we're gonna build this thing. It has arms like a T-Rex, long legs, and big old head. I don't know what gimmicks it has. Let's take a look real quick. May EL Diver, blah blah, mobile doll, and the Gunpla, Wodom Plus been a concept. Yeah, the Wodom, basically in Turn A Gundam, was produced by blah blah blah. And yeah, so so we get the base Wodom pod, and we get Wodom pod plus apparently. So yeah, what gimmicks do you have? I don't know. It doesn't say. I have built this one already. It's not a figurized kit. It's not a figurized standard kit. It is a mobile suit, therefore. So yeah. Oh, actually, it is a mobile suit because it's like the same scale as the mobile suits. So it's not a 112 person, it's a 104 mobile suit. Right, so let's get this open and built. That's kind of a thick box. But I'm guessing because like some of the parts are kind of large, especially the domes are going to be very large. Alright, so instructions. Yeah, you still have the same. Is it focused? I'm guessing it's focused enough. You have the same kind of backstory here. There we go. Hold on a second. Anyway, hello Marcel. Just saw your message. It takes a minute to read it.
From YouTube at Marcel Mendieta 5905 said hello. How have you been?
Yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah, I've been kind of sick. Not doing very well. It kind of like slowly. Well, probably not, but yeah, kind of not doing great these days. But yeah, I'm still gonna be trying to do a build every now and then. Yeah, how you been? Anyway, I'm just getting over the instruction here. Oh, what the hell is up with this thing? Hold on. Is it set to display? I don't know, something changed with the settings in YouTube? What the? What the heck is going?
From YouTube at Marcel Mendieta 5905 said the audio sounds a bit strange.
Hold on. Is this better? I don't know. There's a problem with this thing. Hold up. Like it's not showing your regular names. It's like showing like YouTube usernames. At least on my end. Let me just check.
From YouTube at Marcel Mendieta 5905 said yeah.
Let me just see it. This is new. This is like a new issue we're having here. Actually, for the time being, let me just...
From YouTube at JOnix87X said heyo. From YouTube at JOnix87X said still excited about the Fat Cat God Gundam arriving, but haven't opened the bags yet.
Oh yeah, I saw the pictures on the Discord. Yeah, I need to like pay attention. I feel like those kids are just gonna come and go, and I'm not gonna be able to like get any of them. No, then again, money's kind of tight right now. Let me just give me a second while I try to figure out the issue with the YouTube thing. Oh, apparently that's a thing YouTube
at
changed.
Marcel Mendieta 5905 said Fat Cat Good. It has MG scale, right?
Okay, apparently that's the thing YouTube's doing now. I don't know. Basically now you're basically all like, well, people who are new here are gonna have like names that their usernames, not their like display names. So gonna be a bit more difficult to identify people. And I'll assume that's like John Ventura. Yep. Hello, I think. Because YouTube changed the way like the names are displayed in the chat, so now I have no idea who's who. Except I know that's Marcel and that's John, so... Well, anyway, let's try going along. Yeah, so... Fat Cat... Well, yeah. I need to like pay attention to those. Like the kids come out and then I forget to even like look them up, and yeah, I just missed them. And then like it's impossible to get afterwards because all the pre-orders are filled and they're back ordered and all that. So yeah, so yeah, black and white on one side, color the usual HG scroll here. You got a little thing. Oh, no, that's what it is. So Bandai also does that. I never noticed that before. Or maybe I did, but I forgot. Maybe it was there the whole time, but I didn't pay attention. But yeah, you can apparently order. It's probably a Japan only thing. You can order like missing runners if need be. And yeah, so otherwise it's your regular HG thing. So you have 3 modes of thing apparently. And it doesn't actually it just folds. It's not really transforming. It just folds into a small shape. So yeah, black and white. Color on one side. You got your various thing. A little bit of color guide down there. Oh yeah, so that's a long ass. That's a very long URL here. There's a QR code, yeah, but I'm guessing this is a YouTube thing only. I think Gundam, Build Fighters, Build Divers, or I think was a YouTube thing, which I'm not sure if it's still around. Might have been like removed, but I need like look at. I need to like watch that because I mean the story starts off like as your usual like kid fights in. It's kind of like what's it called? That thing that was what's the original thing? Yeah, I forgot. There used to be like a cat. People stuck in the usual story of people stuck. Well, except they're not stuck in a VR world. They're not stuck in an MMO or anything. They can come and go when they want. But there's AI people living there, so I guess they are kind of stuck in there. And there's the NPCs are actual real people. Turns out. There's a weird thing where at some point the world gets destroyed or half destroyed by an energy beam from something light years away. Because the kids were like fighting real enemies using the game. It's a story. So yeah, I'm probably not explaining very well, but it's your typical Gundam story. At the same time, it's not your typical Gundam story. But yeah, it seems like it's worth a watch. I thought it was just gonna be like kiddie stuff, because sometimes you do get like somewhat kid-friendly Gundam shows. There was like a Gundam Boy show at some point where like basically you got Gundam mobile suits, kind of like Pokemons or Digimons, I guess in this case, or something like that, and they would be doing proxy battles using. Oh, they slipped in a small base here. We've got like hundreds, like dozens of these at this point. There's another one just laying around. There's probably a few. There's a couple on the ground somewhere. So these are like very common. So you do get like a free little little base to have it like I guess propped up when you have the it's a clear base, which is nice to have because you can do some nice pictures with it, nice video stuff. So you got okay, I should probably get rid of one of them while I'm rambling over here. Probably by next time I'm gonna figure out like how to get the people's display name back on the chat. That way I know who's who. Because I'm used to like seeing your display names. I don't know sometimes who is who. Alright, so doing the usual quick check to make sure there's no. That's very loud, apologies. Just a quick check, make sure we have no parts that fell off, nothing seems to be missing. You got, I'm guessing, rabbit ears or something here. And they stick to the side, or do they? No, that's not the thing. No, we'll find out. Yeah, not that many runners, just I guess because there's some very thick parts like these, it ends up like somewhat. Usually these boxes are kind of this deep, not very, like half the size about. For an HD kit, I mean the typical HD kit. Your basic HD kit, essentially. Very few foil stickers here, not a lot, just a few accent. Hopefully, we'll see. Like I don't think it doesn't look terribly complicated. Nothing particularly. Like it's just 2 arms, 2 legs, and 1 giant body. And the body seems to be mostly hollow, which is kind of disappointing. Is that a hinge? That looks like a hinge. Maybe it looks like you might be able to cut this in half for some reason. Yeah.
From YouTube at Marcel Mendieta 5905 said the Hello Kitty X Gundam collaboration, with a Muro scared by an anthropomorphic cat the same size as an MS.
Oh yeah, that exists. Yeah, I didn't get that. I saw it, but I like, no, I'm not gonna give him that. I end up getting a bunch of Harrows though. So many Harrows. There's a, well, I did try to get the Hello Kitty Harrow version, but apparently it was completely sold out and probably not coming back ever. So, but yeah. Yeah, careful. I probably need to like wipe this with there's a cloth that came with it. And oops. I thought there was no purpose to it, but it's actually useful to get the humidity, I guess, off of this. Okay, hopefully that doesn't. Which side do we start on? Okay, step 1 is over here. Alright, so we're gonna start building this thing. So we start with, I have no idea what. It looks like the head torso thing. Yeah, start with the head torso section. So yeah, this turns out, so there's like fewer body parts. So there's no head, technically. So that might be, yeah, it's not. I thought it would become more complicated, like given by the thickness of the box. But that's apparently not a good. There's not like, doesn't seem to be like that many parts though. All right, so start with A here. This is A. There's not many parts on there, so I might as well just get everything off. And try to cut that close. The gates are kind of small, so that's good. Not too large. Which is always nice. I feel like sometimes they put like a bit large gate just to annoy people. No, there's one large gate. Alright, that's right. A1 at least. Let's put the parts over here. I got ourselves an A2, so I'm gonna get these as well because this does seem to be parts that are hinged. So this might open, I guess. Oh, it looks like a hinge, so I hope it opens. This looks like a hinge too, but I don't think it opens. Okay. That's another A. Put that over there. So I need. Let me just look ahead here. Okay. Let's just get everything. I'm gonna need this as well. C18, C19, just got that. 18, 19, 15, and 2 and 3. And no, wait, that's not it. C1. Oh, C1 free. Okay. Okay, this whole section. Hey, what the hell? Let me just get just a little bit here. I'm going to need the rest of it. The hands are kind of small. This is 144? That is 144, isn't it? Yeah, 144. Okay. Hey, whatever. Let's get the whole thing. Lots of rounded parts here. It's like all the knobs are on the rounded parts. They need to make like more turn A kits. I feel like the HG turn A is the only like proper HG. I think the older ones aren't actually high grade. The original Bandai kits for turn A are not proper high grade because they came out before high grade was a thing. And so C1 and quickly do C2. Oh, this pile of what else do we need? A and C. That's all. Alright. Let's build ahead. So we'll start with A5, A4. And now let's join it together first. I need a number 2. And any polycaps? Oh wait. Where are the polycaps? There are no polycaps. Yeah, there's no polycap. No polycaps. I was like, huh, where's the... I feel like there should be like a polycap somewhere in there to like connect to things, but no, there's no polycap. That's kind of a surprise. Alright, so I need number 3 here. And 3.5. No idea. 4? Yep, 4. And a 5. Oh, it says, yeah, 5. That's a 3.5. That's number 3. What's number 4? Where's number 4? Hold up. 1.5. Weird. Looks like I'm missing a thing here. Looks like I misplaced the number 4. Oh, here it is. Just making sure I drill everything out. Alright, so let's join these two together finally. Yeah, it's starting to get cloudy. The cuts using this thing. Hopefully it'll get better over time. Just a quick clearing up of these nubs there. Use a marker to sometimes hide. I guess dark blue would have been better on this one. Just to hide the little bit of scrapes and whatnot. Okay, I don't know what the dark blue wants, so we'll go with this. And that works. I just use Sharpies because the markers are expensive. At least for me they are. Alright, so that was just step 1. A18. A18. Where'd it go? that, I guess, yes. That goes. Wait, is that even the right part? What did I just put together here? That is not the right part. I made a mistake already, step 1. Okay, but this does seem to go together, although I think I might need to take it apart because there could be something in between here, I feel. But yeah, this is still correct. Anyway, this is what we need actually. This is A4, A5. Slide that together. There we go. It's kind of end up in a weird position here. And it's kind of on the edge to make it difficult to, like a shallow edge, so it's kind of hard to clean up. Same here. It's hard to reach. Anywho, so that plus this thing, which goes onto there, so that I'm guessing slides, looks like. So we have some bit of transformation here, and then we need the C19. This here is black, so we need the stickers. I guess I'll do that. I mean, it's just a black band all around. So I suppose I could just do this. Oh, it doesn't quite get in the gaps. Yeah, it doesn't quite work. So either use stickers or paint, I suppose. Let's try stickers. Now we'll go this way and we'll see how it looks. No, I guess it does. You can't, like, you're gonna have to do the deforming after you apply the sticker. Okay, so it's useful to have a pointy plastic or even a toothpick, long sharp toothpick, not too sharp, something with a rounded edge, though not metal, to be able to get in there and kind of like deform those stickers to match the surface underneath, just like trace them out. I'm just gonna have to do the same over here and cover up the mess I made. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of alcohol, kind of. Just hopefully not make too much of a mess. Just a little bit of a wipe. And do the other sticker. Oh, well then.
From Twitch, Scarecrow8285 said waving waving.
Hello. How are you doing today? There we go. That took a minute. Alright, so then. This is A8, this is C19 with sticker 4. And just pre-roll this a little bit. And slap this on there. Actually, first, let's get rid of those nubs. A large nub here. And then this is C19 connects to this thing, and that just slides. There you go, slides in and out, in and out. There we go. Well, somehow, a little bit. All right, then we need C15. C15. Onto C15 we put a bunch of stickers. We need 2, 3, and 1. 2, 3 was 1. Okay, so okay, that's a bit off. Elaborate one eye here. I don't think. Oh, maybe the original Wodom had on Mono. I can't remember.
From Twitch, Scarecrow8285 said, "How are you?"
I'm surviving, I guess. Although, that bit. Scratched up here. But yeah, I'm alive. I think. Where does this go? Get outer ring. Up over there. Something less pointy here.
From Twitch, Scarecrow8285 said, "You're always welcome to come and hunt with me."
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the invite. But I'm kind of, I mean, yeah. I'm like just hunting at a slow pace. I'm probably like, if in the middle of the hunt, like I'll probably get distracted and go look for something else if I got time. So it's not always like when you do multiplayer hunts, like everybody's just like after the monster, nothing else. Whereas I'll probably get distracted by something and go mining for a little bit. Or I'll go like just do some random material collection. Alright, so, but yeah, thanks for the invite. So, right, this is C15. Where's
From
that
Twitch,
go?
Scarecrow8285 said, "I understand."
Wait. A7, okay. C15, A7, C18. Oh yeah, like, I'll come hang out from time to time. TV. Just waiting for like the title update 4. See what the fuss is about. I mean, they're giving us like, oh, there's a thing I saw where basically the number of decoration slots can be upgraded on the armor. That's gonna be, that's like expansion type upgrades, like once you get master rank or G rank or whatever. G sounds like, that doesn't seem like the right rank. It's like expansion level stuff we're getting like in the base game. So yeah, there might not be an expansion at this rate. Unless like, how difficult is it gonna be? Like Gore Magala is already like super difficult relative to, and then you might get like the adult version of it. Anywho, that's random segue to Monster Hunter Wilds, which I've probably been playing too much of lately. Not much to do It's like low effort, oddly enough. Okay, so pre-drill this a little bit. Pre-drill here. Get the dust out here. And pop that on there. Alright, so then that goes slotted on here. I wonder if this moves. This looks like it should move, yeah. But it doesn't, I think. Oh, right, this is probably going to be something that's going to just hold the whole thing together in the end. Okay, so then this here at the bottom goes... I do not have a drill bit big enough for this. I'm just assuming. I'm just gonna shave off a little bit here just to... I mean, it does turn. Okay, never mind. I guess that wasn't necessary. Because this does turn, it seems. So that makes sense. So it does have some moving parts here. Alright, so then A11, A12. Look for nubs here. It's very scrapey. Where is the third? What did I get it already? Oh, there it is. So how does that go? So like this. Oh, so it slides. So you do need to get rid of these nubs there because these will cause interference. So, or does it not slide? I wonder. Yeah, it does slide. Okay, how? Let's leave it here for now. We'll figure out where it goes. So basically it has a lid. Well, kind of a sliding dome thing, which is kind of interesting. Number 4 here. And looks like number 5 over there. Do I even need to do that? I don't know. Number 5. Those larger ones are kind of hard to handle. Okay, so get that in there. over here, like so. And then, okay, so that goes that way. Try to line this up somehow. There we go. Okay, so then like so. There we go. So then you pull this little it kind of, I see, so you need to pull up like so and then down. So pull up somehow. It's kind of a bit fiddly. Okay, you're gonna have to pull up there, and then you can slide or not. There we go. You're gonna have to get something in there to push it up, because the railing kind of goes like a curve and then down the guide here. Now it's all the way down there and push down. It's a bit fiddly. Okay, so we got the we? And then we take A9, A10, and those go here. Which way? That one is the front, this one is the back. Okay. And that turns 360 degrees. Full turns. And then we see 2 and 3, A13, A6, A3. That's not even done. What the? Okay. I'll do something from B. At some point. So I'll go ahead and get everything out. It's like some of the nubs are like on like very shallow edges, so they are a bit more difficult to file down because you're gonna end up damaging that shallow edge. Like, oh wait, never mind. Like here, for example, there's a little nub here. There's like a little short edge. When you file that down, you get risk of, well, it's a bit more visible. I don't need to do that right now. Alright, so B goes there. And get the rest of the parts out. B1. And just do B2 as well.
From YouTube at Marcel Mendieta 5905 said this is originally from Turn a Gundam, right?
Yeah. Used to be just a, well, it's a Wodom, which is like, if I remember, it's like when the moon people invade, and so like their version of the ATST. Well, it's like, it's technically a mobile armor, I guess. Not really a mobile suit. But it has legs. I guess if it doesn't have legs, it's a mobile armor. I don't know what the rules are, honestly. Alright, so we got the thing here. Seems like these need to be painted, but... Oh, not even painted. Okay, never mind. This is a nice little... It's not your typical mobile suit. Well, it's not a mobile suit, but it's a nice. Alright, so... Get those remaining nubs there. Very gently. Remove that, and then punch in, it says... Oh wait, I forgot. I need to... These two first. C13, C... Oh yeah, you need more kits from Turn A. Well, it's like... I guess the design didn't really sit very well with people. It was like somewhat alien looking kind of things. Like the mobile flap. I mean, assuming it was just like a regular whole thing, and Turn A itself was, despite it being the most powerful mobile suit ever, had a mustache. And the positioning of the cockpit was always odd, to say the least. Okay, where do you go? Oh, here. Gigantic. Okay, I need to pre-drill those. This is really 5mm. That's kind of big. It says looks like a full centimeter to me. I feel like 5mm is like way less thick than this. Maybe 7mm, maybe? I don't know. This says 5, so I'm gonna assume. And goes on there. Goes on there, like so. Nice and easy. A big weird ball here. This probably should have been a ball joint. Like, this should change the licensing of those things so that third parties can easily make them. Alright, so on the inside of this, we need these stickers. Something a little notch. On the inside or the outside? Let's say on the inside. So I try to deposit that accurately, which is a bit difficult. Okay, I'm gonna nudge that into place. Except it's already sticking. Did I get it wrong? Oh no, wait, that's correct. Just that it actually overlaps. Oh, there was a little gap there. Come on, get on. There you go. Oh. It's a bit scratchy now. Thing about full sticker, it's nice how you can deform them and make them match the surface underneath, but it's kind of annoying how they get scratched up at the same time. This one's kind of difficult to line up. It's a circle and, well, a half circle, and it's deep inside. It's like it's not on the surface, so you'll definitely need tools and things to kind of reach in there. It's already scratched up. Yeah. I mean, it's fine from a distance, I guess. Like a long distance. But it does look a bit scratched up close. Just try this. Probably should have done that first, essentially. Just use a Q-tip to kind of rub it down, and then come back with a point to kind of do the fine details. I guess that'll be the technique from now on. This is starting to unstick a bit. I mean, it deforms, but it is still somewhat a bit elastic, so it will kind of spring back after a while. Especially on these like details here, I'm gonna stretch them out quite a bit. Yeah, it's kind of losing the deformation a little bit here. Alright, so that is A213. That goes bachin, it says. Oh, this is a kit from 2024 or 2020. 2020, so well, we do have English and Japanese, so bachin, there we go. So it has a skirt. With a thing in here. I'm guessing that's a propulsion unit, anti-gravity thing. I don't know what it does, but it has some purpose, I feel. So that goes on there with this bit down, and this part here kind of facing forward. This means this is a... Nope, that's not it. Here, there we go. And this one. It has... Is it an aquatic one? Because these look like fins you would use on a submarine to kind of... Wait, is it an aquatic thing? I don't know. Because these were land-based. These are like part of the moon invasion on Earth. In turn A, so... Well, it says... Okay, it says Maze mobile suit. But it is more of a mobile armor. And it has crab things. Alright, so... Not even done yet, so B10, B8, B9, this, that, also B7, B1, B14, B13, wait, that's just only one of these. Okay, this, that, and this, times 2 it says, so there's supposed to be another one. What did I do with it? Oh yes, they're different on each side, okay. Just the attachment part here is duplicated, so... Alright. This is B9, well 8, 9, 10. Just trying to get these small nubs here that are on a piece of detail. And yeah, there's no polycaps. Still no polycaps. No polycaps at all. Alright, so... Get those nubs out. So this way, that way, and this is 1.5, so still a little bit of a pre-draw. Although technically those are supposed to like stay on tight. But just in case I have to disassemble it. There we go. Do the same thing with the other one here, which I can, if I can find the parts for it. Okay, I got these two. Where's the other one? Where did I put the... Ah. Did I forget to take it out? Nope. It's probably somewhere. I'm just lost track of it. Oh, there it is. So hold like so. Okay. Now, B14, B13, B7. I mean, technically, well, then again, there's no Wodom model kit. So this is like a completely custom, like, because story-wise, they always use like existing kits to build other kits. So this thing doesn't exist. Technically, because there's no Bandai never made a Wodom kit. Although there are other kits that, well, things that appear in the Build Divers, Build Fighters series that just don't exist. They're completely custom kit bashes. But eventually we'll get them as... Hold on, this doesn't seem right. Okay, goes on this way. And... which way? Okay, that way. Alright. Yeah, this thing doesn't exist, so that's why this one doesn't have polycaps. Because usually a build diver or build fighter kit will have, based on existing HG kit, and most of those will have polycaps. So the build diver kit or build fighter kit that comes out based on that kit, despite being modern and Bandai is trying to like stop using polycaps, those kit will still include like a set of polycaps and require polycaps to be built. But this one, since it doesn't exist, they can afford to use the more modern techniques and just not use any polycap. So it doesn't seem weird. Well, it does seem weird, but since it's completely based on a completely non-existent thing, I guess they allowed. And I'm gonna start going back to using polycaps again. I feel there might be like some kits out there that are still from Bandai. They're still using polycaps that are somewhat new. Okay, so we got a weird looking thing here, And we need a 2. That one? That doesn't seem right. A215. Oh, these. Okay. This one, yes. Yeah, this was based on an existing mobile suit that, well, model kit that used polycap would end up having something
From
with
Twitch,
polycaps.
16 Zotwendy said howdy.
Hello, how you doing? We're building a Wodom pod based on a Wodom. Okay, this I feel like needs to be painted. We'll see later. That's a bit light. I didn't even pre-drill that. And spinning freely. Look at that. Whee. Okay, probably shouldn't do that. You don't. If the parts are moving on model kits, you don't want to like spin them, move them too fast. It will wear out the axle, even if it's a polycap. Well, especially if it's a polycap.
From
There we
Twitch,
go.
16 Zotwendy said pretty cool little kit. Wish it was to scale with the other HG, but it would be almost twice the height.
Yeah, it does say 144, but these are supposed to be gigantic in Turn A. And well, this is not based on existing model kit. That's why I guess they can get away with like this design. There's no such thing as a Wodom kit anywhere. All right, so this and that. So this is B11, B12, and B7.
From Twitch, 16 Zotwendy said there is no Wodom kit yet.
Which is kind of sad. I mean, there's, what was it, the Penelope from Hathaway, which I keep calling Gundam Hathaway, expecting there's a Gundam in there, a mobile suit down there in there with a code name Hathaway. That one's a big HG kit, so they could do some pretty large things. If there's an anniversary of Turn A, maybe we'll get that. Then again, Turn A isn't that popular. Has a weird cult following, but people don't really. It's not as popular as like Wing or Seed or Unicorn, which explains why we always have new versions of the Unicorn Gundam every other year. Alright, so that goes where? With the which part? This part down. This part goes like so. There we go. And like so. There we go. Oh, it has missile heads. You can see the missile heads in there. That's a nice little detail. 3 separate size missiles. Small, medium, large, for all the occasions. How am I gonna paint those? I don't know. I'm gonna have to like reach in with like a fine, well, yeah, it's gonna get paint everywhere. It's gonna be difficult to paint that. It would be nice if you gave us like tubes, separate tubes, and like you can just put the tubes on there, that way you can like paint the missiles. Because I feel like, well, we'll see. I'll take a look at the color guide at the end. And that goes on to there. Like so, Pachin. And this thing on the outside. Yeah, this one's very loose. This one's a bit tighter. You know what? Just add a little bit of thing there, a little bit of like dense, I guess. Just like make it a little tighter. A little bump there to kind of make it a little less. There we go. That's much tighter. Alright, so we got these, and those are the arms. Well, not the arms. Okay, those are attachments. This is basically all we need for the head, giant dome head here. There's a nice little mono eye on the bottom. This basically has like a little helmet with a helmet strap. That's the chin, basically. It's a weird looking thing. Alright, so now we move on to step 2 of our instructions. Arms. Alright, so we can see... I don't think I need these. These are probably for the extra. Let me just get these out, because just to get rid of all the runners here before we move on to the arms. Just like Wodom Plus, which is like a Wodom but without the ads. Wodom Pod Plus. If you pay a little extra, you get to enjoy Wodom without the ads. And that's what I'm assuming the plus means. And some purple. Pile D, put that over there. Alright, let's do the arms. Ah, that's all the runners. There's very, very few runners in this thing. So we'll need A1. It's right arm and left arm, they're really simple, so I'm going to build both at the same time. Alright, C. 1 and C2. C1, C2, C4, C5. It doesn't have any special, it doesn't have any kind of special weapons or whatnot, so it doesn't have any extra hands in this kit, so... And A2 here. B1, C16, so let's just quickly assemble all this. Very simple thing here. follow the curve. And removing nubs on a curve. Oops. Okay. Gonna have a small nub, but still kind of an annoying spot here. That dust out of the file every now and then, especially if you are using the same file to remove the nubs off parts of different colors, because you don't want to transfer colors around. This one's properly black. Let's cover up the nub marks there, all the stress lines. Okay, what parts did I do and what parts did I not do? I think I did this one. I'm just getting rid of the nubs before assembling here. I should probably get to assembling something at some point. I'm just getting rid of nubs. Alright, that should go on there. Very simple looking hand here. This is C16B1, and I'm guessing C17, and also B1 for the other hand. Okay. C16. Well, this could have been times 2 here because they are identical. These parts are pretty much the same. C4, C5, yeah, they're the same parts. There's no need to... Or is it? If I were to put this one on there, does that make any difference? Wait. Nope, it's exactly the same. Doesn't matter. Alright. And that's a shoulder. Oh, that's why it was off. Alright, this part goes into the thing there, so pachin it says. Nope, no pachin for this one, but it goes in there. This part that way, this part this way, and this is A1. This thing goes, I mean, there's a little ridge, just match the ridge with the thing, so that's all you gotta do. There's nothing fancy here. And this one goes in all the way. Which way though? Doesn't matter. Pachin. Same here. Pachin. And you pop a hand in there. Whichever hand you want. These are identical, so the only difference really is the arm part there. Pachin again. And pachin. There we go. There you go. Arms. Very simple. Oh, it's supposed to turn. Alright, so this is the back, this is the front. Back, front, that way. There we go. There, nope. There we go. We got a ball on the outside here, like a circle. That. There we go. That's more like it. That becomes our arms. Now the legs. Same deal, gonna try to both legs at the same time. I don't think it's gonna be that complicated. Alright, C13. And the other one. C9, 10. Alright, gonna need this as well. Well, this is gonna need everything else. C14. Alright, let's get to that way, and let's pre-drill that a little bit. It's a number 2 and a number 3. Alright, so I probably should get rid of those nubs before I do that. Well, technically it doesn't seem to matter which one you use. It's all the same. And then these. This is C. Oh, I need first. Get the dust out using a brush of some sort. Just brush out the dust in the thing here. Just get whatever small nubs. Alright, so you go, no, not this one. Oh, goes here. This is, what's C14?
From YouTube, at Jiri Han said, is it a 1/100 or 1/144?
It's 144. I'm gonna do a size comparison in a minute compared to typical mobile suit, because these are supposed to be like gigantic in turn A, but since there doesn't exist a reference kit for the Wodom from turn A, I guess for the build divers, they just say, okay, well, close enough, and I'm gonna make it gigantic. Wait, twice the size. It's more like, well, I wouldn't say like a Psycho Gundam sized thing, but probably big. Alright, so do I need that yet? Probably. And also need, well, basically everything else. And this is the last limbs, essentially, that we're building here. Get that dust out every now and then, especially between different colors. Okay, I'll just do all the parts first and then assemble quickly.
From YouTube, at Ethan Rakumi said, hi, I am a new subscriber.
Hello.
From
how you
YouTube,
doing?
at Dino, Istring Toritas Machaspos said, are you going to paint this?
Well, first, thanks for subscribing. And, Ethan, I don't like how YouTube is, like, no longer displaying, like, your friendly name, just like your handle. But yeah, thanks for, subscribing. Yeah, I'm trying to do, like, a build every now and then. trying to do it twice a week at this point, so you're welcome to like. Well, you don't have to hit notification or anything, but because YouTube's notification never work. I do have a Discord though, so that might work better for notification. It should be in the description. And no, I'm probably not going to try to paint this because I have like a shit ton of kits in the backlog. Maybe someday. Well, I don't know how to paint this. Like we'll take a look at the color guide at the end. What parts need painting. I'm not going to repaint this completely. I'm not that artistic. Might need a few touch-ups in there, maybe like, especially the line panels there. Definitely a nice separation. It's very nice.
From YouTube, at Ethan Rakumi said, if you have this kit, that means get all 1-4 to get Gundam Ray Rising.
I don't understand. I mean, get all 1-4. I mean, I do have a few other re-rise kits. Not all of them. I don't have like the protagonist. The main guy has, well, his mobile suit basically transforms. I wouldn't say that. Well, basically his mobile suit is like modular. It's like a bunch of other small parts. I don't have all the small parts for that one. Where does this go? Alright, let me just make sure. So, okay, that's it again. Let's make the feet first. So, C8 plus that thing, like so. And we need a number 4 here. Just pre-drill that a little bit. And a 1.5. And we need B. B3 here. Make it go in all the way.
From YouTube, at Ethan Rakumi said you have Wodom Pod the legs of Ray Rising Gundam.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm building. I don't understand what you mean by you get all 1/4 to get.
From YouTube, at Dino Istream to Write as Machaspos said there's a Rising Gundam.
Yep. And then do we put on here? Like so. Yeah, it's apparently it's a YouTube thing. I don't know if it's still available, but it's a YouTube thing that came out a while ago. And that here, there we go. There's a little hole in here, which is kind of nice. And I need, oh, I forgot these.
From YouTube, at Ethan Rakumi said I want Ray Rising Gundam.
Yeah, I think this show came out online only a while ago.
From YouTube, at Dino Istream to Write as Machaspos said, wait, I see what they mean. It looks kinda odd, but cool ig.
Big? Yeah, I guess. Text-to-speech doesn't get slang. Alright, so I'll put that on there first. And then we get this thing on the back.
From YouTube at Marcel Mendieta 5905 said you two are from Jury's channel, right? From YouTube at Ethan Rakumi said okay, good night nerd.
I don't get it. What are we trying to say? I mean, I don't get the 1/4 thing. That's a reference to something else. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Where'd the other part go? Oh, there it is. Yes, pre-roll that. Oh, also this. Number 4 here. Just at the opening. And there we go. Nice and tight. That's a nice foot. Well, it's a weird foot, but it's a foot. It's like weird how like journey stuff just kind of
YouTube at Dino Istrinteritis Machaspos said there's a Rising Gundam, and the Wodom legs are the legs of that Gundam apparently.
Like a whole show? The Rising? Because this is from... Let me just find it. This is from Re-Rise. That is the show this is from. You can see it. It says Re-Rise. It is from the Gundam Build Diver R. So if there's a Re-Rise, it might be a Re-Rising or a Re-Rising. I don't know. Like the title names. Is that a show or is it like a mobile suit? Like that's the part I'm not getting.
From YouTube at Dino Istrinteritis Machaspos said no, a singular Gundam called the Rising Gundam.
Oh. From what thing is that? Is that a... Oh wait, which way is that on? Oh, that is right.
From YouTube at Dino Istrinteritis Machaspos said, I assume this is a Zero Gundam from Gundam Zero Situation.
Okay, is that a manga? Is that a TV show? What is it? That's what I'm trying to figure out here because I mostly follow like the animes. So if it's like a video game or something.
From YouTube at Dino Istrinteritis Machaspos said the Rising is from the show Rise.
Oh, well, I don't know. That's the only... I do have the Wodom pod, so if there is a Re-Rise, I don't have it, I think. Well, I don't think there's a kit for it. If there's not, well, maybe this would need to be kit bashed into that. I'm guessing that's what you mean. Yeah, I didn't watch this show completely because... Actually, I don't know why. But I ended up not watching it. So, there's a chance. Oh, that thing is held on here. That's weird. Okay, pre-drill this. And this. No, wait. Oh, right. That's correct. This one doesn't need to be pre-drilled because that's a weird way to assemble this. Get rid of some nubs here and there. Alright.
From YouTube at JOnix87X said, Mac, call it a night. Have a good one.
Alright, John.
From YouTube at Dino Istrinteritis Machaspos said in universe, it is a kit bash anyway.
Yeah, well, all these are kit bashes. Technically. All the kit. Oh, what the hell? This thing's like separating
From
quite a
YouTube
bit.
at Dino Istringtoritis Machaspos said it's part core Gundam, part Wodom pod, part X Valkylander, and part Aegis Knight.
So basically all the protagonists just like combined. That's why it's called. So yeah, so it's like the Gundam named after the show. So yeah, it is basically a bunch of friends combine their powers. So what is this, Captain Planet situation? If you're too young to remember Captain Planet, look it up. By our powers combined. Kind of thing. Or basically the classic, like, shonen trope, basically. That everybody combines their powers together to defeat something.
From YouTube at Dino Istringtoritis Machaspos said yeah, basically.
Okay, which way is front? That one is okay, the same. So the little flat bit is front, like so. This is the back with the kind of down arrow. I guess this part could be painted. Oh yeah, I get it now.
From YouTube at Dino Istringtoritis Machaspos said though, I don't know what the Wodom is doing there. Though I will say I have not watched Rise in forever and only a part of it.
Yeah, it's the one of the AI people. Yeah, like the May person who's also a mobile suit. I feel like this thing inside of it is another mobile suit. That's why it's like super huge. And Pachin, I say. You're gonna Pachin? What the hell? Okay, this goes on there. Okay, it doesn't want to go on there. It doesn't want to close all the way, which is kind of a problem here. Okay, that's gonna break something, so I'm gonna do, yeah, it's kind of breaking. Let's not do that. Let's try to fix that before we get that on there.
From YouTube at Dino Istringtoritis Machaspos said, isn't the mobile doll technically meant to be inside the Wodom?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, inside of there is another mobile suit. They're not other mobile dolls. No, it's a new thing. Alright, so let's try that again. Pre-drill that because this thing isn't closing all the way, which is kind of causing... There we go. That should be good. Yeah, inside of it. So basically this thing should be like technically twice the size. I mean, it should be much larger. But so I guess it's like folded inside of there. Okay, I think I'm messing this one up a bit. Like this part holds on in here, which is kind of difficult. And it's not... There we go. Kind of snapped in there. Hopefully that was meant to happen. Okay. That is correct. So we got legs. The legs don't really stand on their own. I can't... Yeah. They're not balanced. Unless I do that, I guess. Hold on, let me try. No, that works. So I guess like this works. Oops. Okay, let's not waste too much time on this. Anyway, we got legs. Alright, so now the final... Okay, we also... This part I already did, so we do final assembly here, but we do have like extra parts here, which is like the Wodom Plus, which is like Wodom without ads, as we mentioned earlier. because you have the plus subscription for Wodom Pod. So you get to get out the ads. So you get the joke. But yeah, these are all extra purple parts that you add on to there to make it more purple. It's supposed to be a power-up. Purple power-up. I'm going to quickly get the nubs off of these. Well, and it does have a kind of not transformation, but just it folds high-speed flight form, it says. So we get, actually, where does it mention? Yeah, at the beginning, you have Wodom Pod Plus with the extra parts and high-speed flight mode. So Wodom Pod Plus, the one with the purple parts. So not quite a transformation, but just a bit of folding. Let me just quickly finish getting the nubs off these ones. That way we can put them all together and see how it looks. These are like very, most of these, I guess that is 3mm, is it? No, not quite. A bit larger than 3mm. Like if it was all 3mm pegs, which it would mean that you could like swap out the parts for other standard 3mm attachments. And get all the nuts out. There's a bit of a thing here, so I'm gonna use a bit. Hopefully, that's too purple. Yeah, it's too purple. I don't want the blue though. I don't think this blue's gonna work. Yeah, too blue. Oh, let's ignore that. I usually use like the markers to hide the stress lines if they're still showing after I file down the nubs. Something else. That's why it's nice to have like, well, normally you would use Gundam markers, but they are kind of expensive compared to, I mean not expensive, but they're still kind of expensive per unit compared to like getting a bunch of permanent markers in bulk, and you get like a ton of different colors sometimes, so you can kind of match closely the colors. Let me try this one. So basically use like a lighter color, yeah, similar tone, just lighter color, or light gray might work, and you can kind of hide. Okay, this one didn't work out. You can kind of hide those small defects. Which I feel the same effect could be achieved by just swabbing it with some alcohol, just to like remove the dust, but maybe not. Like the I guess the stain, basically staining the part a bit, like staining the little defect there to kind of hide. And so before and after. And you can see there's like a little bit of thing here, and just like stain the part. Now it's gone. Anywho, those are all the purple parts. The purple. So now just do. We're done with the building here, so we're gonna clear out our tools, do a review, and then call it a night. Oh, actually, I need to do a size comparison. Putting all the tools away, just give me a second. Alright. Okay. Let's just reset that. Where's the focus? Alright. There's the thing. There we go. Alright, so we're going to assemble the Wodom pod maze mobile suit from Gundam Build Fighters Re-Rise, which is the name of a show and apparently the name of the mobile suit in there. So we start with the leg, which doesn't want to, because it's like basically on heels. And it's not gonna, yeah, it's not gonna stay. It's too tall. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. The angle's kind of weird. Okay, let's say we got one. Oh, it does work. And it falls down. Whatever. 2 legs. Yeah, it's not gonna. Usually, mobile suit legs can kind of hold their own, but these ones can't. And then you just get the whole body and just plug it in there. Let me just get the dust off this thing first. Like so. And we just plug the legs in there. Yeah, this thing doesn't use polycaps. It's like one of the more modern designs. It came out in 2020, which I guess makes sense. But it doesn't. It's not like most Gundam Build Fighters Build Divers kit actually have polycaps. Anyway, so we'll do that part in the review. So we put one arm here. It's basically a T-Rex. Well, it's tiny arms, but no mouth. And then another arm. And what else? These extra things here, which are for the weapons on the back. Let's try to get that in there without breaking everything. Okay, wait a minute. That doesn't fit. Where's that go? That doesn't seem right. Oh, it goes under here. Okay. Doesn't go on here, it goes on here. Like so.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrinteritis Machaspos said, I wonder how similar this model is to the actual Wodom.
It's smaller, probably. I mean, there's a Kapool in Build Fighters, which has nothing. It doesn't really look like the original Kapool. The Momo Kapool doesn't look like it. It looks like a duck more than anything. So this one might be like similar. I think like the legs are similar because the color is probably different, but the design here, the panel lines, definitely look like something from Turn A. Right? Is that it? That is it. Okay, that's the assembly. That's the base form of the Wodom pod here, standard form. Alright, assembled. So, very nice looking. Well, no. The design is different. It's not your typical mobile suit with its humanoid form. This is from people from the moon, which were separated from Earth people for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, according to the story. So let's do a 114 size comparison here. So as you can see, it is quite a bit. I think like the story-wise, it would probably like twice the size, or like about. Well, basically, it should be a little bit bigger. That way you can hide inside this dome here. You can like.
Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos said it looks pretty good in terms of non-humanoid mechs.
Yeah. But yeah, so alright, you got the arms here. So like inside here there's a little hatch, which I think, okay, size comparison, you can see like this is standard Charizard here for a 114 size comparison. It's like a standard size, 15 meters tall. This one's like quite a bit larger, but technically it should be much bigger. Alright, so that's that. So what gimmicks do we have on this thing? Yeah, it's very different from, like, the legs, of course, like, these aren't your typical mobile suit legs. It's more like a mobile armor than anything. I keep saying that, but yeah. And it has some, well, a couple of gimmicks, I guess, like flappy bits. The legs are different, of course. The arms will have a weird position. They still have, it does still have like 5-fingered arms, hands, I mean, and weird humanoid arms sticking on a weird looking thing. I don't think that's the original Wodom. I don't think had that. It was more like a bipedal mobile armor with like weapons. And the thing about this thing is like this pulls out and it has a hatch that pops open. So pop out, kind of stab there. This kind of slides. This is where
Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos said, I think it pretty much is a MA in turn, so that tracks.
Yeah, definitely. So there's the funny thing. So this back here opens, and okay, that doesn't supposed to do that, but it does open. So this is where technically you do have a pilot compartment, because this is technically where the mobile doll May would be hiding. So it has a compartment where you can, like, she's like in there, and this opens and just pops out the back. So this thing technically should be a bit more volume to it. I do have the mobile May somewhere, but actually, let me see if I can find it. Just give me a second. I'll go look for it real quick while you take a look at this.
From YouTube, Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos said it technically has more of a crouching pose in both versions of the Wodom. From YouTube, Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos said it's surprisingly on model in comparison to the Turn, a 1.
so this is the mobile doll May, which is supposed to fit in the back here, but I don't think that's gonna fit in there. You can't really fold it that much. This is more like a figurized kit, but it's not sold as a figurized kit. It's sold as a mobile suit kit. And it has, well, it's not a really review of this right now, but that's the funny thing about this. This weapon is pretty much what this mobile sumo has, minus the like thing here. Okay, actually, just give me a second. It's a whole family gathering here. I'm gonna have the whole family gathered. So this is the mobile sumo, which is like the old style thing. It has this weapon here, weird alien looking weapon, and this is the same thing. Very similar.
From YouTube, at Dino Istringteritis Machaspos, said it's weird, they never made a smaller version to go with the Wodom, that literally has the gimmick to store a mobile doll.
Yeah, so you would have to like fold it, except this thing doesn't really fold. It doesn't bend as much as you would think it does. Yeah, you can't really fold this thing. Again, another one with a polycapless design. There's no polycaps in here. Does this fold? Nope. But it does have the same kind of feet here as the... Well, it's basically heels, but you get the idea. Similar color scheme as well as the Wodom pod. That's why you have it like green and black. Well, gray, I guess. This is the mobile doll face. They do have a version with like a real person face, so you can transform this into basically the mobile doll form has the exact same appearance as the avatar form. So of May, so you can like just swap out the head and you have a figurized kit out of a technically mobile suit. So basically, yeah, I guess the pod name is like a pod where this thing is stored. Alright, so yeah, you got these two things here. Alright, so yeah, what else? Other gimmick? This thing doesn't really have any gimmick. But yeah, that would have been nice. We do have shown here, this one here that we have built and assembled. It looks kind of green in the picture. Oh wait, it is green.
From YouTube, at Dino Istringteritis Machaspos, said it's surprisingly well balanced given how small its feet are.
This thing? No, this thing. Actually, well, I wouldn't say it's balanced because the back is kind of heavy. And this thing just came off. Make sure you just get this back closed. It's kind of a bit of a effort to get that closed. Alright, there we go. It has the gimmick to like store the... And this, I guess this could be like an escape hatch, and there you go. And now it's like a little UFO looking thing, which can fly off on its own. There's two things on the back. What does that do? Oh, that's for the extras. Alright,
from YouTube, at Dino Istringteritis Machaspos said, I think the Wodom is technically meant to be more in a crouching pose.
Like this.
From YouTube, at Dino Istringteritis Machaspos said maybe it will be more balanced that way.
No, I mean like in the turn thing, I feel like there was like kind of some. I remember some like a bit from the end. Like this thing was like very very tall, and like the thing that was most impressive about it was like the legs was like very long and just like you know how like ATSTs. Well, in Star Wars you have like AT-ATs, ATSTs, those kind of vibes. What goes in there though? There's holes here, but I don't think there's anything that actually goes in there. Let's see here. Yeah, there's nothing that goes in those holes. Or does it? Hold up. Yeah, there's nothing that goes in those holes. We do have a hole here for the action base. It's uncovered, which is kind of meh. Usually, like older kits would have like would give you a little plastic part to cover this up, so you don't have like a ugly looking hole just sitting there. Let me see.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrian Toritas Machaspos said in the art I'm seeing, is its neutral pose is nearly a full crouch.
No, this here, I guess.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrian Toritas Machaspos said those holes might be for the Rising Gundam.
I see. Yeah, I suppose. Because it feels like... Okay, this doesn't want to come out. Yeah, it would go back there. So you might not need this. And now you got a tadpole form. Yeah, because you have a secondary... You have two action base holes here, like one action base hole here and one action base hole here. Oops, sorry. Knocking into the camera here. You got two action base holes here, like one here, one here. So this is the... So it does have a crab form. Look at that. Everything is a crab. Even this. It's a crab. It's a juvenile form of the Wodom. Surprisingly, it's not falling forward. It does. It looks like a tadpole, like halfway to a frog, and then it grows up and then gets the rest of it. That's like interesting.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrian Toritas Machaspos said that is the goofiest thing ever.
You should see the rest of the crab I'm built. There's everything. Most Gundams, well, most mobile suits can be turned into crabs. I think. Well, at least it's worth a try. Alright, so let's get this back on there. Then you got here, which is a weird looking other thing. There we go. And this thing turns fully, so that's another thing that's kind of nice. So basically this whole thing is the head, and it can look around quite a bit. You got your two missile and whatever beam weapon here. Yeah, it's not bad at all. You just need to make this a bit more stable. Kind of line those up a bit until we get something which kind of holds. All right. There's a bit of a nub left over. All right. Oh, right. We haven't done this part yet. All right. So this thing has like two modes. Aside from the base form here, we got that, which apparently clips on. What the? Where does that? There you go. So you can assemble it. You can basically clip it on and unclip it. Okay, so it's not too bad. It's not like you need to disassemble the main body, just like clip-on parts for extra something or other. And apparently I forgot to remove some nubs. And what do we do with this? This is D6 and D2. D1 and D6. Goes on like this. Turns towards the thing. Okay, so that would remove those weird. So basically, it's somewhat aquatic if you look at it this way. Like if you just look at this here. This looks like some kind of thing that would go underwater. It's like a submarine type thing with like little fins in the back to like help it navigate. Unless these are wings and these are additional wings, so I guess you would have something like that. Nope, never mind. It doesn't wanna. But this is like surprisingly has a certain amount of range, I guess, to turn around and aim at things. It's not as static as I thought it would be.
From YouTube, at Dino, is streamed to write as Machaspo said how odd.
Okay, and then this goes there. So yeah, the Wodom pod wasn't a aquatic mobile suit, but it looks like. Okay, did I do this wrong? No, it's on the other side. There we go. So we got that on the back. Although it looks kind of weird from the front though, because you can clearly see the inside and it's kind of hollow, so it looks kind of weird from the front. So I guess this form, I suppose. And where does this go? On the back here is a little slot for it. Like so, just a little attachment here. So that's the upgraded form, I guess. So I need to clip that on. There we go. Like so, and like so. Yeah, it just looks a bit
From
weird
YouTube,
in the back.
at Dino, is streamed to write as Machaspos said Buildveries, kits have an issue with weird hollowness. From YouTube, at Dino, is streamed to write as Machaspos said Buildverse.
Yeah, I mean, because like these are completely fiction. Like they're not, the design, they don't have like real, they're not based off like real mechanics usually, so they will have like weird parts sometimes that don't quite fit. Like how the what was the one I built recently? The End? Not The End. There was one like kind of based off God Gundam, which had like a weird little thing inside. Well, Devil Gundam. Sorry, not God Gundam. The Devil Gundam, which had like a weird gremlin inside, which kind of popped out like an alien. So, yeah, it does have like, they do have like weird design, doesn't quite work. Alright, so that's like the second form with all the attachments there. And we have a third form, which is like the high-speed flight form. So you need to remove all these gently. When you're like moving articulations should go slowly so you don't wear out the joints. Alright, so then gently in there. Gently. Alright, so then the flight form is just folding the arms back.
From YouTube,
Like so.
at Dino Istring to Write as Machaspos, said Buildverse kits are similar to bootleg kits from China, but with less spikes.
Alright, this one goes here.
From YouTube, at Dino Istring to Write as Machaspos said, and honestly the bootlegs have better frames and inner frames.
Oops. Well, those are mostly HG kits. There's some of them like are really impressive. But some of them are a bit odd. Okay, so this goes, folds this way. So it's a simple fold. Nothing extraordinary here, just like simply, or tries to simply fold. Bits and pieces are just falling off when I try to do that. It just folds to the back. The high-speed mode is just it crouching, essentially. There's nothing extraordinary about it, it's just very simple folding of parts just in the back. This looks more like a high-speed mode to me, like it's just stick that out and now it's like a flying module thing. This is more like a flight thing than the other thing. Alright, so then that goes there. That's all you need. And you stick that onto a put that there. I don't know if this one's the broken one. I have a broken one somewhere. It's kind of odd. Okay. And then you stick that into this little thing here. Try to. There we go. Oops. Okay. There we go.
From YouTube, at Dino Istring to Write as Machaspos said cool UFO vibes.
Yeah, I don't think that the original Wodom had arms. I could be wrong. I think that's the main differences he had is the arms. Well, yeah, Bandai needs to like go back and do all the Turn A kits. We're missing too many. Yeah, just like it's just folding the legs underneath, and that's it, and the arms back, and that's technically flight mode. All right, but yeah, as you pointed out before, like the thing about the re-rising thing, which is basically a combo of a bunch, definitely seems like you would need this this one. That's like, now I understand what the other guy was trying to say, but he left. So yeah, it does look like you would need, because there's a hole here, and this is the same. These holes are the same size for the legs, so you can probably combine all of these together and make another thing. But for now, that's all we have. I don't like the protagonist, the main character, because like it's kind of a short. It's a chibi, not chibi. It's like a short mobile suit, and like Bandai did a thing where they're basically trying to sell you more kits. Well, the way it's like, it feels like it's built in a way so that you will buy more kits, more option kits, option parts, because you want different forms. So you're gonna buy the base kit, and then you're gonna buy a few, like some kit for like this other transformations. Maybe one of these days. I mean, I'll see. if I want to build that, the
From
Re-Rise.
YouTube, at Dino Istrianteritis Machaspos, said the core Gundam is immensely small.
Yeah, it's very, very small. Like, I feel like it's kind of short. Like, the arms and legs are, like, very, very short. And there's, like, everything else just, like, optional parts attached to it. It's kind of like how you have these parts kind of just, like, clip on, I guess. So I don't like that design too much. But anyway, this is the Wodom pod. High grade from Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise. 1 to 104 scale, it claims. And yeah.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrianteritis Machaspos said personally, the core Gundams look great with just the limb components added on.
Yeah, problem is like I don't have it. Because I saw it and I didn't like the design too much. I never really got around to buying it.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrianteritis Machaspos said, but leaving the waist and chest unmodified.
Yeah.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrianteritis Machaspos said, I should get another core Gundam TBH. It's silly to mess around with on your desk.
Feels like the what's it called? 30-minute mission type design where it's like modular and a bunch of parts mashed together. So it's just built for like swapping out parts. Alright, so I'm gonna give, like, I usually end the streams with just leaving these to spin for a bit. It doesn't really have any kind of, what kind of dynamic pose could I do? It's just standing there with the things like that. Its arms kind of just like dangling. Do you even need arms? Are you a T-Rex? Let's do a thumbs up kinda. It's like kind of the guy in the meme with the teeth. Well, not teeth. The old guy was like always having problems with computers.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrianteritis Machaspos said it's odd. I never got into 30 minutes, but I've heard it's great.
Well, it's like I feel like the early ones are kind of like the problem. I think is because it's plastic on plastic and it kind of gets worn out. Like if you play around with it too much, so you gotta be careful. I feel like sometimes, even if it's all like interchangeable, some parts like are a bit loose or some a bit too tight. It's like a cheap, like it's, I don't know, it's like cheaper Bandai kind of thing. So honestly, let's sneaky look up a little bit. He's kind of leaning. And the one thing I don't like here is like the hands kind of fall out. They don't really have any purpose and they fall out kind of easily.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrianteritis Machaspos said this one Twitter account does really neat. Massive kit bashes with the same kits. He does neat stuff with 30-minute missions.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole purpose of 30-minute mission. Although it's like it's not like 30 minutes to build. They usually take like an hour. Well, it depends on the kit, I guess. Very small ones will take 30 minutes, but the larger ones, it's getting more and more complicated. They started adding like characters. Like instead of doing like figurized kits, and now I think like the last one is like the stuff from Evangelion. I think there's Asuka from Evangelion now. So they're probably going to start doing like a bunch of female characters like that.
From YouTube, at Marcel Mendieta 5905 said the father of all 30-minute missions is Lee. From YouTube, at Dino Istringtoritas Machaspos said, but using them as intended or as marketed can be rather troublesome like you said. From YouTube, at Dino Istringtoritas Machaspos said plastic on plastic can wear down and it can get very bloated. From YouTube, at Marcel Mendieta 5905 said asterisk the Leo. From YouTube, at Evan it said it reminded me from Turn A.
Oh, Ivan IT. There you are. So, yeah, it is technically from Turn A. This is like the Wodom from Turn A, but because the kit, there's no existing kit for it. This is the only Wodom kit that exists, at least from Bandai. I think third parties really are interested in like Turn A. Nobody really does like Turn A third parties, I feel, because nobody cares. Okay, crouching makes it look a bit weird. Like, is this like shorter somehow? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is kinda... I need to be careful with that so I don't break something. I feel like there's kind of lots of stress going on these legs. Let's crouch you a bit more. Okay, let's try to get a nice... There's no like... Other than just standing there, it does not really have any kind of dynamic pose. It just stands there. That's all it does. Okay, that's pretty much all we can get out of this thing. I was trying to do a thumbs up, but it doesn't really have a thumb that goes up. It's kind of like a sad little thumbs up. Alright, that's all we have really. That's just the one. I mean, it has the other mode with the extra plastic, but I think the main reason we'll get this one is like to build, I think, like as mentioned, the Rising Gundam, which is basically a kit bash of 4 different kits. Which I might try to get now, I guess, at some point. But for now, yeah, we got this thing. I'm gonna leave it at this, and I guess I'm gonna do one Tuesday, which is what? November 25th, I guess I'm gonna do another build. Oh, I forgot to make a poll. Oh well, I'll just pick a kit at random, as usual. And we'll build something on Tuesday, November 25th. The year's almost over. I don't know.
From YouTube, at Dino Istringtoritas Machaspos said hell yeah.
Thumb doesn't go any higher. That's a very sad looking thumbs up. Technically, I wonder if There you go,
From
combination.
YouTube, at Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos, said it's giving anxious affirmation.
Okay, that's just weird. Maybe some other time I'll try to do something that kind of makes sense. This thing, the mobile doll doesn't really have enough, like, it doesn't bend enough to be able to do anything fancy with it. So,
From YouTube, at Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos, said damn new Stell Ball Run anime looks wild. From YouTube, at Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos, said Steel.
oh, it's a JoJo thing. Well, the JoJo ones are always wild. Alright, that's all we got. Just this thing here. Yep, good enough. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to go get something to eat. Thank you all for watching. This was the build of the Wodom Pod 1/1/4 scale kit by Bandai from that's number 28. 28, really? That's it? It's gonna. Oh, it's from Gundam Build Divers R. I don't know if like Build Divers and Build Fighters are
From
combined.
YouTube, at Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos, said
the
yeah,
kids.
because they ride horses in that, and May was riding the Wodom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it can't go inside, so it has to ride it somehow. And this one, you pull it out, kind of looks like the back, like a seat of a motorcycle, kind of, I guess, if you like remove that, but there's not enough space. It kind of looks like a seat in the back. So I'll need to figure something out with this thing. We'll do something at some point. It's gonna look weird, but everything looks weird. Alright, so that's all we have for now, and I'm gonna go get something to eat. And you guys can go, well, like, share, subscribe, the usual. And if you feel like it. Yeah, we're going back next week. Tuesday, hopefully, unless anything happens. And I'll do another build.
From YouTube, at Marcel Mendieta 5905, said goodnight, friend. See you next time.
Yep, thanks, Marcel, and see you all next time.
From YouTube, at Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos, said it has a lot of potential and many disappointments, but overall a fine kit.
Yeah, that is true. It's alright. It's just a little bit... It's a bit wonky. Could be a bit better, I guess. The articulations are a bit stiff and weird. But I guess the main attraction here is like combining it with the other four and to build the combination of Gundam
From
Re-Rising.
YouTube, at Dino Istrintoritis Machaspos, said TK Care Big Dog Saya.
Alright, thanks all for watching. See you guys next time. I'm gonna go now. Thanks, goodbye.